This is the Two African Girls Review podcast, reviewing black and brown films, TV, and more. I am Soki. And I'm Bira. Let's get into it. Alright, we are back with another movie review. This is the first movie review. Right, so we're back with the movie review, and the movie is Tell Us What It Is. So today we are reviewing the movie Glamour Girls on Netflix. Mm-hmm. We literally just watched it like 30 minutes ago. Yeah, we just finished it. Yeah. And it got released like yesterday. Yesterday? Yeah. But it's less than a week old on Netflix. So. Yeah, it's less than 2 days old. Okay. I first heard of Glamour Girls, I think about a month ago. Yeah. I was on YouTube and then I saw, because, you know, when you watch a trailer of Netflix, the next time you go on YouTube, on your homepage, it will recommend other things from Netflix. So that's where I first saw the trailer. And the trailer was, it was portraying this glamorous life. All the leading ladies are like...
It had Sharon, Miss Etim.
Yes.
It has Miss Dumas, Toke Makinwa.
Like all the Instagram baddies. So like, it seemed that was going to be translated into the movie. So I was really excited to watch it. But now, after watching the movie, I have different thoughts. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. You want to start?
Right. So yeah. We're going to put the details of, who the director is and so forth in the description. Yeah. So we have our main characters, who is Donna, who is Miss Etim. I'm saying Miss Etim. I don't know how to pronounce the other part of the name. I fear I will not pronounce it correctly.
Nse Ipe Etim, I think.
What if
because K and P becomes like a strong B sound, almost. Not really.
You know what? If we listen to a demonstration and we find you're saying it wrong.
I'm sorry. Listen.
So, we just say Miss Etim. So we have Miss Etim. She's the main character. She's a great actress. I love her.
Yeah.
And then we have Emma, who is played by...
Uja.
Yes. And then we have Gemma, who is played by
Miss Jocelyn. Yes, Jocelyn Dumas.
I hope we're pronouncing the names correctly. Mm-hmm. Of course, we have some other characters, but those are like the main ones. So it starts off where we see Donna is like, she gave pimp vibes. She's like a high-end pimp. That's the best way I can describe the character.
Yeah.
And then we learn that she has
an interior design firm.
Yeah. So guys, most of you are going to be listening to this because you already watched it. We just have thoughts. We're not going to follow...
We're not going to, what is it called? A recap of the movie.
Yeah, we're not going to do a recap of following like scene from scene. Because let me tell you, those scenes are cut weird and the flow...
First of all, calm down.
Okay, I think... let's do... What did we love about this movie? Okay. Let's start there.
Yeah. If anything that's on Netflix that's from the continent, of course I will champion until I watch it.
Yeah,
so I was excited to watch this one because I was like, yay, another movie from Nigeria. And, it's showing glamorous lives. And I was excited to watch that.
You know what? Just as a rule, we'll watch anything that is African on Netflix.
Definitely.
Unless it's like super bad, like really, really bad, like Amina.
No, what's this one? Chief Daddy.
Oh my God, Chief Daddy too. Oh God. But listen.
You know it is moving.
Unless it's really Man of God. Unless it's like awful. You know what? I can't even laugh anymore because we even watched the awful of the awful. The scarcity is bad. We will take anything.
Yeah, we'll eat it up.
Which is bad because these people know that. And now they're starting to release nonsense. Anyway, continue. You were saying.
Yeah, but you know what? We were still talking about the good parts. Yeah, so I was really looking forward to watching that. I will say that the fashion, they never miss with the fashion. The fashion was exceptional.
Yes.
One thing Nigerians will do is really dress well in films. Not only in films, like
they will
generally
dress.
They really know how to tailor clothes to fit their different body types, and I really love that. So of course, fashion-wise, the movie really ate. Like, of course, it was glamour, so the clothes were supposed to portray a glamorous life. Even Emma, the main character, like you could see it started from when she was
from the ends.
What? She was coming up.
Yes.
Yeah. Like climbing the social ladder, and you could see her clothes change with every step.
And the makeup changed.
And the makeup really, even the hair changed.
All those bundles.
Yeah, so
I really appreciate the fact that they put a lot of effort in dressing. But they always do. They really do. It's like dressing, they never really go wrong with that.
Yeah.
Which is really great. Which other thing did you like about the movie?
I liked that. This is actually, I don't know if the message came across proper, but in the end, they showed us that women stuck together.
They looked out for each other.
Yeah, they didn't throw... I mean, it happened at some points, but at the end, they were able to circle back and say, you know what? We'll look after each other. There's nobody who's going to do that for us. So I liked that they portrayed that unity. You know, they have normal conflict, but they were able to resolve those things.
Because if we're being honest, all the guys, you know, like you're in this horrible situation, and then there's this guy who comes to save you. It's like the recurring theme in the movie was even the guys who are coming to save you are shit.
That's
and
true.
At one point, their behavior or character is going to reveal itself. So the fact that they stuck together as women was really good. It's a good message to send out.
Yeah, which is, I feel like it's a rarity for movies to end on that note. Because they always make it seem like you're worst, like women are their worst enemies.
Which other part did you like?
Another favorite thing.
I liked the pictures.
What pictures?
I mean, the camera quality, the lighting, it was really good. But that's a given. I mean,
you know what? It's so odd. Some points, I don't know if they used people with a background in the music video industry.
Yes.
It was giving very much music video vibes.
Yes, that is so true. Some parts looked like it was a music video waiting to happen.
Like the part at the racetrack, at some track where they had these cars, it looked like a music video. Some of the yacht parts when they're in the water,
Cancun,
it looks like a music video. And then the part which has, what's his name? Alexander, and the character that Miss Dumas Jocelyn plays, Gemma.
Yeah.
Their part looks like a sensual R&B music video.
Scene from a music video. Yeah, yes. That is so true.
And I think the thing, oh God, we're in negatives. We're supposed to be in positives. You know what? Individually, the positives is individually some of those scenes are really well lit.
And well shot too.
Yes. Do you have another positive?
I'm still thinking.
See, this is our problem. We have to think. Look, I'll say another positive is acting.
Yes, I think the actors are really great.
Miss Atim, who plays Donna, she's a great actor.
Generally, she is a really good actor.
I liked seeing the different sides of her. I think she portrayed
the boss lady really well.
Yeah, like she gave very much pimp vibes. Then she gave like a confidant, like a friend. She was able to like show different sides. Like, I'm running things. I am a friend also. I am a mentor. Like, she played all those well. And I like the way she was shifting from like her different accents in different... Yeah, it was nice to see her speaking pidgin at some points. Because it's very rare. I don't really hear her speaking.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, this... for me, in the stuff that I've watched with her, it's rare for me to hear her speaking in pidgin. So it was interesting to see that. I think that the actors did the best they could
with what they had,
what they were given, and how they were directed. Do you have another positive?
I was gonna say the actors were good. Obviously, Sharon really played that role really well. You know, like from like a stripper to like this high-end escort to being with that man, Shege. Yeah, she really played like the transition from her being like a low-class air quotes stripper to like this fancy girl. She played that transition really well. Even the mannerisms, the screaming.
Yeah, her screams.
Yeah, that was really good. Generally, the acting, I don't really have a problem with the acting. I think, like you say, the directing was... But see, this is the thing though. Before we even say anything negative, which we have already done, I understand it's hard to make a movie.
Yeah, of course.
We understand it takes a lot of work.
In COVID time.
It takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of like... it's a lot of work generally, and we understand that. We're not shitting on the directors in any way. But I think some things could have been done better. And therefore...
Very much so.
We transition into what could have been done better.
Okay.
Oh yeah, go.
I have plenty. See, the first thing I have is the way the movie itself was promoted. The tone of the content in the movie does not match the tone or the way it was promoted.
Yeah.
Because when you see the trailer, Glamour Girls, when you see the cover on Netflix itself, there's an inconsistency. They're dealing with some really dark subjects.
Yes, that's the thing.
Like people being taken advantage of, people hustling in any way they can to get money. Jocelyn's character, who is Gemma, is because healthcare was failing her. She couldn't afford healthcare for her husband, so she had to go back into the thing. Then also dealing with the son who was sexually abused by the part. There's some really dark themes that they are dealing with or that they're addressing in this movie, and there's such a dissonance, a really big one, with the tone in the writing, in the acting. Some of the things are just glossed over.
Yeah, that's true.
Like they glossed over the whole, she had drug use issues. Hellion,
yeah.
She had drug use issues. They just brushed that over.
And until, it reached a point where, the point of no return, which is death. So, it's like no one helped her at all in any way.
I don't know, they kind of brushed it aside. Then the whole thing of the child of
Gemma.
Yeah, they kind of brushed that over too. They also brushed over the fact that these girls have to enter into this work, not like, the character of Emma. She had to enter it because she needed
money. And also the part,
to make something, like a way, she needed to make a way to live.
Yeah, in the beginning. Even in the beginning. Because usually, when a movie starts, it starts by showing you the glamorous part and you're like, hey, mama. And then the more you watch it, you're like, maybe not. But I feel like even from the beginning, it showed that guy, what was his name? Zeribe? Taking advantage of Emma.
Yes.
Like he pulled that whole stunt because he wanted to feel and touch her body. So that alone, I guess, goes to show that some of these professions are really predatory. Even when they may seem glamorous to the outside eye, it's not as glamorous as it looks.
They didn't deal with subject.
So, because it had a lot of heavy themes, they didn't take time to flesh it out.
Yeah, they did not. And we had a lot of footage of...
Because it had potential. I always say it has potential.
It had. There was a lot of time that was wasted on... We kept seeing people dancing, people screaming, footage of people walking. Time that could be devoted to digging into the characters, digging into some of the issues they're addressing.
I feel like they showed us more of the external part of glamour, the dressing up, the makeup, the hair, the perfume, the shoes, the boats, the planes. We saw that, but then we wanted to get to the meat of the matter.
There was a writing problem. There was also, I feel, a directing problem. Because there were some parts which felt comedic.
Oh yeah? Like which part?
The parts which had... Who's the assistant? The assistant's name? Tommy. Like the conversations Tommy had with some of the girls, the women, who were working under Donna. Some of the conversations he had with Emma's character, played by Sharon. They were very comedic in nature. Not that those people don't make jokes and and all that stuff, but the vibe of it did not... The vibe of the entire movie was off. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like you're dealing with some really, really dark stuff, and then you're making jokes in the next. So maybe pacing and also placement of scenes. And then, scene, you're laughing and making some jokes about something. Next, somebody is being assaulted. You get? It doesn't make sense. And then we saw Emma's family once.
Yeah, that is true.
And then we never saw them again. And then also another thing which I get pissed with, you can use flashbacks. They're sometimes they can be really, powerful, innovative ways to tell us the story.
Especially,
to build more on the story.
Right. Especially the story between Donna and Gemma. I feel like it's clear they have a friendship, almost a sisterhood. But, I think it would have been good to kind of have flashbacks of what caused the rift between them. Because now Gemma wants to come back and she's asking Donna for help. So I feel like we didn't even really understand the relationship there.
They glossed over that too.
And in the end, it's like Donna would do anything to protect Gemma.
But then we don't understand why.
Yeah.
They just told us sister, but then like I feel like that was not enough. They needed to flesh that out. Also, they needed to flesh out, Emma's family. They just showed us the family once, then they used these flashbacks. I feel like that's lazy storytelling.
Like they could have structured it better.
Because like when they were running out of time, they just started giving us flashbacks of the family. Like you could have done that in a different way. So writing and directing, the tone of the movie is very off.
And also how Lucy left. Just like that, Lucy and Tommy. Remember?
They just left like that, that's true.
Which doesn't make sense because Lucy, remember the husband has given her an ultimatum. You have to send me money to take care of the kids.
That's true.
So how is she going to find that money?
And they just took her kids.
I know, but the theme is hustling, so of course she'll find her way. But at least it would have been better for them to kind of let us know what she's going to be doing.
Because the stakes are high. Her children.
Yeah.
You can't just let her walk out and then we don't really know what that character does after. It's a bit off. They better not make a 2 like Chief Daddy gone.
Okay.
The thing is, I like the movie because they dealt with... These are realities for some people.
Yeah, that is true.
I don't think they did it justice.
It could have been better.
Yes. I do like, though, that they added that part of where they go for testing. But that's the thing. We had to guess what they're testing for. They just said, you're all clear. Okay, clear for what?
COVID.
No, they need to tell us that these people are testing for STIs. You need to be clear. But you know what? I do like that they gave her a condom. That's good. Practice safe sex.
That part was weird, though.
Yeah, why does she use her husband?
But before we go there, another thing that really pissed me off is the placement of the music. The choice.
Horrible.
And the placement.
Horrible.
Okay. The music can be weird. Like the previous movie we watched, it was like, what kind of sound is this?
Which movie was that?
The Australia, not Al-Qaeda, Saddam Hussein.
Ali's wedding? Okay.
See, the choice of music can be bad. But I feel like if the choice is bad and the placement is bad, it really makes a weird combo. Because I feel like they had a deal with Larry Gaga. They kept on playing a lot of Larry Gaga's songs. But the thing is, some songs were not really fitting for some scenes. And then it's like out of the blue, the song just starts and ends. It's like, what is going on? Like, there's no... What is this thing called?
Its editing is also horrible because the song just starts like outright really loud.
Like, yes, that's what I'm saying. And then it also ends just abruptly. It's like, there's no build up, there's no climax, there's no... what is this thing called?
It's not ambient.
Because usually when the music is good, you won't even notice it. It will go so well with the scenes, you won't even notice that they're playing a song. But this one, we could notice a song is starting and a song is ending.
And I think they were trying to do this. Sometimes people choose between score and using music for most of the score.
I get what you mean.
But do you remember hearing any score sounds?
I don't.
They were like using music a lot. Bro, they could have just gotten a person to score this. Because that's the thing. The vibe, the tone of this movie is so disjointed. It's so like serious, but then the music is so off for some scenes. Why are you playing Psycho YP at some parts? I love him. But why are they playing the music that's the worst. I'm not even going to say that's the worst because we have Chief Daddy too.
Listen.
You lot are moving back.
Which is what I was saying. I feel like they spent more on the outside appearance of Glamour, and then the story and all the other parts that make up the whole movie was secondary. Because yes, it's Glamour. We saw it all. We saw the cars. We saw the clothes, the hair, the makeup, the shoes, the bags. We saw it, the houses. But then I feel like that was it. Like everything else was secondary in a way. So like the music, the story itself, the editing, the pacing.
Oh, pacing is horrible. And then the edits of different scenes, just like the music, so abrupt and random.
Even the scenes, yeah. It's like it didn't feel very seamless at all.
It did not. I don't know if people had to work remotely, but it did not work. It was not seamless at all. It felt very disjointed. The tone disjointed. Editing of music disjointed. Let me tell you, another thing is sound.
Right.
Some parts were so loud.
Yes.
Some parts were like,
so
I'm struggling to listen,
to
like hear what they're saying. Oh, horrible. And then sometimes the music comes on so loud. So you're like, wait a minute, what is happening? Then let's talk about that USB matter at the end.
Guys,
Nonsense, bro. No. I know those USBs, we used to use them in uni.
Maybe they had a deal with SanDisk. Listen, guys. That's exactly. I'll keep repeating this. I feel like they spent so much on everything else that is Glamour, and they forgot. Because how do you use SanDisk on an Apple laptop? I'm not saying you can't use it, but if you're going to be with the whole Glamour theme, stick with it. Like
also, I'm a bit confused. How do you transfer money on USBs?
I have no
Look,
idea.
I'm not smart. I don't know finance. I don't know banking.
Cryptocurrency.
I do not know any of NFT nonsense. I don't. But I don't know how you can put 10 billion on one USB.
A SanDisk.
How does that work? Something that had to be...
Guys, educators.
We don't know. Do you understand this in the last part?
No, but that's the thing. Okay, let's say it works. But why a SanDisk? The least you could have done, yeah? Is spray paint that SanDisk a gold color. I don't know, to match the whole Glamour theme. Because the USB that was in his pendant, the thing he was wearing in his chest, that was matching.
Yeah.
When he said it's something $1 billion chain, yeah, I believed that. But then when they started showing us SanDisks, I was like, but guys, no.
Hey, this movie is directed by a man?
You can say it.
No. Is it written by a man? Directed by a man? This movie is like a poster of men are trash.
Right, let's talk about that part.
Begin.
First of all, yeah, like I said in the beginning, it's like these girls are in like horrible situations, and the person they are going to help turns out to be equally horrible. It's just a matter of time. And I feel like that was the recurring theme for most of the men in this whole thing, because we had who was the first person? Zeribe was trash from the beginning, from the get-go. I saw it. And then the person she ended up with, the person Emma ended up with, Shaggy, he also ended up being a really horrible person. Alexander. Horrible.
Oh my God, Alexander.
Also, while we're at it, what is that weird scene where Donna made Emma sleep with her husband while she was watching? Is it some kind of kink? I need to understand. I mean, if it's a kink, okay.
Do not kink shame.
Okay.
But she makes people practice on her.
Is it a deal she made with her husband?
That man, he was
because the man is very disgruntled.
Do you notice how he disappeared in the latter part of the movie? He disappeared. We don't know what happened to him after.
Because for me, it gave the impression that...
But the man was fine. Anyway.
Yes. It gave the impression that they have a deal. For him to be her husband.
He does not look happy in that marriage.
He doesn't. But then he was very quick to agree to sleep with Emma.
Yeah, that's so strange. Do you think it's kind of like these people? Like, you know what was in Hustler? What's the movie with J-Lo? Hustlers. Yeah, maybe it's kind of like what's happening in the movie. Maybe they got together when she used to work, and then these people who are clients, they think that if they get with you, they're going to have that kind of life. They don't realize you're a human being, and how they met you that's your occupation.
Yeah, like you separate work from life.
Yeah. So they think, because I don't understand. See, that's the thing. Also, bad writing, storytelling. Why was he disgruntled? We never learned why.
Yeah, we didn't know why. We just assumed that he's disgruntled because she's a sex worker.
Which is weird, because to agree to have married her, you would have
known what she does.
Also, let's talk about this asshole who was receiving money from this woman who was hustling. If you live in Nigeria and I live in UK, we're supposing, if Priti Patel does not move mad, and then you are sending me money,
I must be making good money.
I will even wonder, why am I in the UK? You know, that part of the story does not make sense.
Yeah, actually,
if your wife could make money to send you when you are in outside countries.
They didn't even tell us what country he was in.
No, they did not. Why are you even there? Come back.
Maybe he was in Lebanon.
You think he was in Lebanon?
Everybody went to Lebanon.
Do they like black people in Lebanon?
I don't know. I've never been to Lebanon.
They don't like blacks in the Arabs. Oops. If there's anybody who is identifying as an Arab, accept it. There's racism.
It is what it is.
It is.
But seriously, that part was odd.
Yeah, because that's actually dumb. if I'm in the Londons and you're sending me money, why that money that I can use in London that will be enough as pounds, why would I not come back?
Also, why did he go there in the first place?
Exactly.
It seems she sent him there so that she can continue doing this work.
Her work.
But that's the thing. Nothing made... Maybe it was supposed to be a limited series. Because every woman's story was different. We needed to know.
Yes. You know, like an anthology?
Yeah. Because Gemma's story, we still didn't know much about her. We knew she broke a vow with Donna. But we don't know what that vow was. We don't really know
the vow is falling in love with your client. But Gemma has a weakness for falling in love with clients.
It's not funny.
We're not victim blaming, but see, it needed to be an anthology.
Yeah, I feel like it.
We needed to do every episode one character. Do you remember there's a Tanzanian movie we watched?
Yes.
What's the name of it?
Like, it will start, and then when it ends, it transitions into another person's story. That was so beautifully done. What
was the name of that movie?
I don't remember.
But they need to give East Africans money, Netflix.
I smell a bias.
As I said, there's the Kenyan series that is coming up. We are going to review it as well.
Yeah, so, after you finish reviewing the other ones.
Gosh. Keep following. Just wherever you're listening from, follow so that you'll get updates. We're going to review that too. But then to give East Africans money. That Tanzanian movie was so well done.
It was really nice.
They needed to do an anthology. Do one episode maybe.
Was it an anthology or a movie?
It was a movie. And imagine, and that's like 5 characters that were able to tie that together.
Yeah, I like the way they used to transition from one woman's story to another woman.
Yeah.
That was really nicely done.
Oh man, they needed to do that for them. Like do one scene, like everybody. We needed to know how did Donna enter into this business?
And
how did she get to where she is?
It's like the what is it called? The business was interior designing.
Yeah, fronting as an interior design firm.
And then pimping was like the underground actual work she was doing. So like we needed to know how that started and how she has like big ticket clients.
Exactly. And then we needed to know how who Gemma was to her, how they became like really almost sisters. They allude to that. How did they become that? They said Gemma used to be the bad, the OG.
Yeah, she used to date presidents and stuff.
Yeah, like we needed to know what that was about. We needed to know how the one she fell in love with that caused the rift between her and Donna. What we actually do not know what his health condition is.
Because he died.
She put him off life support. Also, I'm wondering what kind of life support that is. He was not intubated or anything. He just had like an oxygen mask. I'm sorry.
He watched too much medical drama.
COVID taught us a lot of things. You cannot be on life support and you're just on one oxygen mask. How are his lungs pushing the air out?
Me never knew that.
Maybe he could breathe by himself. I don't know. He was in a coma.
That's the thing. We don't know. We don't know the full story of Donna. We don't know the full story of Emma, Gemma, Louise, all these women. The story of Helion. And she kept on saying that she has a rich family. Yeah. So I'm wondering, did she really have a rich family or was it the drugs talking? Because every time she said she wants to get out and go back home to her rich family,
she would apologize and
Donna would threaten her.
I really don't know. Maybe they acted as they were like a surrogate family.
So
because her family didn't mind her or didn't really care for her that much, and then she just died, and then that was also like they just skipped that. Like that was done in a minute. No man. No, the movie, it was disjointed.
And the sad part is, after you see all these loopholes, you realize if it was really done well, it could have been a great movie.
Yeah, because the subject matter they're dealing with, it's important to tell
that story.
It really is.
And the cast is already good. Yeah. They could pull it off.
I just feel they needed to the directing was not there. The writing was not there. That I don't even understand what that ending was.
Yeah, let's talk about the ending. So, in the end, remember it? But that's the thing. How did it go from a gold, USB
to the
those
sun discs that are red black.
And then there were 2 sun discs because the guy had one and then Zeribe had another one.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the end, it shows us Donna having another one in her hair. So where did the third sun disc come from?
And then notice the amounts they kept throwing around.
At first they said it was 10 billion US dollars.
Yeah.
Then the French guy who was doing the...
He's not French. He's a black man speaking French. Maybe he is French. They are black French people. I'm sorry.
No shit, Mila. And then that guy, he said something about 21 billion dollars.
Uh-huh.
And then when the whole what was it called, the confession and everything happened,
Mm-hmm.
Donna said 15 billion,
Mm-hmm.
which means she remained with the difference, which was 5 billion. And then she said, who's ready to party? And the part where she said, who's ready to party? And then Gemma walked out.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Gemma was fed up with the games.
Yes.
So she walked out. That's the impression it gave.
But
I don't know. Gemma, not Emma.
Gemma.
Yes.
Okay.
There's a lot of confusion there. Like, what?
Loopholes.
And then Emma came back. Emma left and then she came back. Because I guess she realized she needs the money. Because now Zeribe is no longer on her side.
Mm-hmm.
Neither is Shegun. But where did the third USB come from? Does that mean she knew all along?
Yeah, then that means she knew
where the money was?
The whole time. And then she went to see these master pimpers in Lebanon.
Yeah.
Did they know something?
Oh, is that the money she's going to pay them? I don't... nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes
also,
sense.
who are those people? Those 2 women?
Yeah, they did not explain. We just had to guess that they are the master pimpers.
Master pimpers. That is all right.
Okay. They're...
Because it seems they have more power than she does.
Yeah.
Over those... I'm imagining her clients are like politicians, like big people. So it's like they have power over them. So who are they and what business are they in? I really don't want to know. Probably trafficking.
But yeah, probably trafficking. Oh, God. Also, why did she go to Lebanon? You know how the Middle East is a hub for trafficking?
Hence the pimpers.
Oh, it doesn't make sense. You know what? We should probably end this review here.
Because nothing makes sense at this point.
Nothing. Yeah, but anyway, this is an example of... Do you remember those days when you have a group project?
Oh my God.
And then everybody... You have like a deadline. So you've all been working on it. Nobody's really communicating. And then
when you show up, you're all doing different things.
Yeah, and then you must make it somehow come together. This is what happened. An example of that is this movie.
The sad part is it had potential.
It really did. They spent money on those clothes.
A lot of money.
And hair and makeup.
And the cars and the planes. And the trip to Cancun.
They really spent a lot of money.
Also, the trip to Cancun, it's like, it had what? Just the boat scene?
And then the house in like the dry hills.
Yeah, and that was
it. That was a waste. Maybe there was more scenes that they decided to cut out, but that was a waste of money. Because
I imagine if you're going to be balling in Cancun... That was not my idea of bowling in Cancun. I'm sorry.
Maybe the box. Remember there was a boxing.
Yeah.
No, kickboxing. I believe.
What was that about? That was so random.
See, that's the thing. It gave music video vibes. They were just giving us a montage. No content. No nothing.
Context, you mean?
No content. Like it did not add to the story for us to see people kickboxing.
Yeah, that part was just so random. Randomly placed.
We must finish this review.
Like, does being wealthy include going to watch matches? I mean, I know people...
Do you think they're trying to show us that they're making it in life? That it is glamorous? Also, let's talk about the title. The title of that movie, I don't know if it's correct.
Glamour Girls. What do you think?
I don't think it's fitting. That's, again, the tone... They don't know what they wanted to do. They don't know if they wanted to do...
Glamour or... life behind the glamour.
Yeah, they don't know what they wanted to do.
What would you have titled it?
I don't know, but it's not that. They really did not know if they want to do...
I think they were torn between having to show the glamorous life. Because I feel like most African film producers
they're forced to...
with this dilemma of, let us show the glamorous side of Africa, or let us show the actual image, which is a mixture of that. Because obviously there's people who ball. And there's people who are really living badly. And I feel like because it's a Netflix project,
people want to see people living good life.
Good life. But then also, I feel like they also wanted to say, you know, like, not all that glitters is gold. Like, these women have to suffer. But I feel like the execution was really not it.
The execution was not. They did not understand the assignment. If they even knew what the assignment was.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, people. I am so sorry. I know it is hard work to, put a project like that together. Me, myself, you see, I have never worked on... No, actually, that's a lie. I have worked on set. And I can tell you this. Joke. Let me stop dissing people. I think they could do a lot better. Yes, we agree on that, right? Did we make a comment about the camera work?
Yeah, we say the camera
work was choppy.
Yeah, we say the scenes were disjointed.
Yeah, disjointed, like music video. I don't understand. Also, did you feel a sense of a tightness?
Crop?
Yeah, there was cropped space. It felt closed in. There was no expanse.
Yeah,
like
I saw that.
You saw that starting from the beginning. It's like you could even see sometimes the actors were forced to act
within the
frame, and you could see they were struggling. Some things needed space.
Yeah,
the shots were really close. It really gave music video.
The only time they gave us like wide shots was when they were panning like city shots,
which we know are usually bought. Anyway,
oh my God! Are you gonna criticize them?
I'm not criticizing, because usually that is bought. So usually it's like third party.
Yeah.
But it felt very cropped. The actual scenes, maybe the Cancun boat scenes, those were a bit wider. But I felt a closeness. A lot of times I'm like, these actors would have needed some space.
Like the scene of when Gemma found out. No. When Donna found Gemma. With her child, like the morning after, it's like it was so cropped, we didn't realize there was a dead person on the bed until she pointed towards.
Yeah.
Or either it was intentional.
Because we never actually saw the dead body.
Yeah,
because they didn't have money for that makeup.
No, we actually did. They showed us his face. But it
was so cropped too, because I don't even remember.
Like the head and chest only. And even when she was holding the child, it was very...
cropped as well. Yeah. The part where they were, at the beginning, when Zeribe, the first time we see Zeribe, that scene was so cropped.
Dude, lenses are expensive, first of all.
No, they could have done better, man. I feel like the DPs or people who were working with the camera work, they have music video
background,
yeah. If this is the first time, you could do better. Anyway, that is all from us. So
as we wait for the next.
But then you know what? I feel like not to diss completely. We should always end with the positives.
We started with the positives.
And we end with the positives. No, like, they dressed well.
They did.
Makeup was good. Bundles.
The issues that they tackled in the movie were really important. I just wish that they had fleshed them out.
Yeah.
Because these are things that happen to, like the Dubai...
nonsense.
Yeah, that is literally what's happening to people. Like, you see people, stunting. Is it stunting for the gram?
Yeah.
But you don't really know how the work they have to go through, the energy, the sacrifice they have to make that money. And I feel like that's one of the driving factors for making that movie. So it's just that the execution really missed the mark.
But you know what? That was all from us. Thank you for joining us for this review of the movie Glamour Girls. And
if you have not watched it yet, we have spoiled it for you, but you can still see it on Netflix.
Yeah, like we said, they do have great clothes.
Very.
Woo, wardrobe and styling. They understood the assignment.
Yeah, they really did.
Okay. That is all from us. See you on our next review.
Yep.
We're not even seeing them.
Listen, you can even recommend movies you want us to watch and review.
That's actually true. Recommend.
Remember, this is a podcast that reviews black and brown films.
Yeah, only. We do not do white people. Nonsense. Okay, if you're white, nonsense still. Bye.
You've been listening to the Two African Girls Review podcast, where we review black and brown films, TV, and more.
Don't forget to rate, share, and comment on this podcast. If you have more thoughts to share, you can also send us an email at twoafricangirlsreview@gmail.com. Leave a suggestion on what you'd like us to review next. Until next time.